of ways, this speech was President Obama's vision versus the inability of the Republicans to present a very clear vision for America. The president asked Americans to help him achieve his vision.
I'm asking you to rally around a set of goals for your country. Goals in manufacturing, energy, education, national security, and the deficit. Real, achievable plans that will lead to new jobs, more opportunity, and rebuild this economy on a stronger foundation. That's what we can do in the next 4 years, and that is why I'm running for a second term as President of the United States.
Well, the critics said the president's speech was nothing but lip service. The question is whether the president can deliver more job opportunities, an improved economy, in another 4 years in office. Does he deserve the shot? Here's a response to the critics who are out and about. A year ago, I think we have to point this out. A year ago, the president unveiled the American Jobs Act. This is it. Never got a notice. It was fully paid for, and would have created up to 2 million jobs. Republicans, they made sure it was dead on arrival in the Congress. Last September, the president went on the road. He toured the country pushing for infrastructure upgrades, spending for construction jobs, infrastructure attention, bridges, roads. It would have created jobs instantly. He even spoke at a damaged bridge in House Speaker John Boehner's district. But Republicans still blocked any attempt at new job proposals. They were sitting there thinking, we only got 1 more year to go here. Why help him now? Despite the engines of Washington running against the president, despite the historic number of filibusters in a do-nothing Congress, and despite the partisan agenda designed to take down this presidency, what do we have? Well, we still have 30 consecutive months of private sector job growth. Imagine that, without anybody else's help. This is all under President Obama's watch. What he was handed, what he's done with it. At the end of this chart, you're going to see the numbers for August. It's okay. 96,000 new jobs were added, but think about this. The 96,000 jobs that were added, Republicans didn't help you get that job. Could have been a lot better. But we're still adding jobs despite all of these Republican efforts of obstruction. Imagine what the employment situation would be like if the 2 million jobs the president had added. Would it have been a different climate last night? Would there be a different feeling in the country if he could step up and say, we've added 2 million jobs in the last year? Would you feel like the country was going in the right direction? Of course you would. There'd be no doubt. Now, the Democratic Party spent 3 days making this case. It's early, but so far it looks like the American people are starting to agree with the president. President's approval rating rebounded in the daily Gallup tracking poll. He's at 52%. 52%, 7 points higher than his approval rating before the convention. Maybe it's because Americans across the country are understanding what this country has actually been up against. There has been a group of elected officials who were supposed to go to Washington and help make the country better. They've gone to Washington to try to make it worse because they don't like the guy in the Oval Office. Americans understand Mitt Romney is not offering a vision to get us out of these problems.
And if you share that faith with me, if you share that hope with me, I ask you tonight for your vote. If you reject the notion that this nation's promise is reserved for the few, your voice must be heard in this election. If you reject the notion that our government is forever beholden to the highest bidder, you need to stand up in this election. If you believe in a country where everyone gets a fair shot and everyone does their fair share and everyone plays by the same rules, then I need you to vote this November.
Think about how trivial the conversations have been coming from the Republicans. Oh, he's not an American. We don't know where he was born. That last soundbite, did that guy look like he cared about America? Did it look like he wanted Americans to get a job? This election is 60 days away. The choice is before all of us. You will decide who makes the best case for America's future. Get your cell phones out. I want to know what you think tonight. Tonight's question: who makes the better case for America's future? Text A for President Obama, text B for Mitt Romney to 622-639.